So, if you've been here before, you can probably tell by now, I love memes, especially anime memes. And if you can't tell, then but something I've noticed within the anime community is that with anime becoming so popular over the years, the memes to go along with it have become pretty popular in their own right. And with anime memes being such a thing now, a lot of things tend to get terribly misconstrued. And it's actually kind of dangerous because a lot of the times, they're based on either partially the truth or far from it. So say you're someone who hasn't watched the show in a good minute or even just at all, you'll start to really believe the memes. I, for one, have seen this time and time again. So for this little series, we're gonna be breaking down some of the most popular anime memes and misconceptions and basically figuring out how much truth they hold or when exactly they started to get dragged out. It's definitely time someone did this for y'all. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Alright, not to cause confusion, because there's a few different forms of anime memes, but the main two that come to mind is the random ones you don't need much context for, like these, and then the ones that specifically have to do with the show's plot. I'm talking about the latter. But yeah, like I was saying, this is actually the first vid for a series that's been in the works for a minute. Originally, I was gonna make it one big video, but it kept losing the polls. So now we're here. So we're kicking this off with one of the most popular ones, Naruto's Talk No Jutsu. And even though it's one of the funniest memes, it has always bothered me by how untrue it is. Well, at least the way they're depicting it. So how the meme goes is that Naruto will be straight talking his way out of fights, especially when the Rasengan, Shadow Clones, or Kurama doesn't work. And it's just like, did we watch the same show? This couldn't be further from what actually was happening. While Naruto does have a habit of speaking and making villains have a change of heart, he does not talk to them to win the fights. He's gonna get down with you, lots of the time whoop your ass, and then talk to you. Sometimes the villains are even the ones to start the talking, and then Naruto just says his views back, just like, you know, any other shonen pro tag. But because of all the memes depicting it a different way, that's the way people seem to remember it instead. Like, I was literally debating with someone if Naruto can keep up with Bleach villains like Aizen or Yuha, and someone had the nerve to tell me, oh well, Naruto can't use Talk No Jutsu, so he's most likely gonna get clapped. And it's just like, excuse me?
That is not correct.
If Naruto is getting clapped, which he is, it's because he's simply lost due to his abilities, not because he's gonna try to talk his way into a dub. Y'all are probably not convinced yet though, so just to show y'all how capped this all is, let's take a stroll down memory lane and look at some of Naruto's most notable Talk No Jutsus, and y'all can be the judge. Starting from the beginning with probably my favorite one, just because it felt the realest. We got the one that took place after the fight between Team 7 versus Zabuza and Haku. Now, if Talk No Jutsu really operated like how the memes suggested, I'd say right around here is when Naruto would have been trying to convince Zabuza that he's just like him and that he should let Kakashi go. Instead though, we got him and Sasuke orchestrating multiple attacks and making him let go. No chatting about how he should change his ways whatsoever. Then, once Kakashi was free, it was between them, with Kakashi coming out on top and Haku coming in clutch. Then, when they pulled back up for round 2, everyone was still on go. We still had Kakashi versus Zabuza, Naruto and Sasuke taking on Haku, Sakura, you know, standing, reacting. And during all this, there's a little combo between Naruto and Haku just because he found out who he was and all, but not because Haku was whooping him so bad that he wanted to talk now. If anything, Haku was the one on the defense right here. Also, you would think if Naruto got through to someone, it would have been him, but no. Anyways, once Haku got clapped and their boss Gato pulled up saying it was up for him too, Zabuza declared the fight over with. So by the time Naruto actually does start giving his little speech, their fight was done. Plus, I'm usually the first to criticize Kakashi's win-loss ratio, but this is one fight I'll even say Kakashi was definitely taking even if they did continue. But besides the fact that they clearly had the upper hand, you also gotta look at the context of what Naruto even said to Zabuza. All Naruto really did here was question how he could be so cold about Haku's death. Someone who has always been devoted and had quite literally just given his life for him. And based on his reaction and certain little other factors, I'm sure that was just a facade he was holding up. But even so, this was just the eye-opener he needed. Like, damn, maybe I am dragging this cold-hearted loner shit. And even though he originally claimed he didn't care, I'm sure it didn't help that during all this funny looking nigga was just doing the most with Haku's corpse while disrespecting him. Nah, I don't know what's with Naruto characters and disrespecting the dead like this. But yeah, while I would say Naruto's words gave him the extra push he needed to do what he did next, this wasn't Naruto copying it to avoid the end result of that fight. Like, let's be for real. He f***ed Haku as a person and ultimately just wanted better for him. So to see a random nigga doing all that, And then the guy he just gave his life up for, just letting it happen, would heat anyone up. And Naruto's outspoken as hell. Of course he said something. Alright, after that conclusion, the next notable talk no jutsu will be the time with Neji during the tuning exams. This one is kind of a given though, cause what shonen protag do you see trying to talk their way out of a simple match? Even the nicest of the nice be getting it on during tournaments and matches like this. So you just know that trying to talk his way out of a fight stigma definitely isn't true here. Now there is something else we call plot armor going on. Oh, plus the whole battle of philosophies thing they were doing. But all that is nothing out of the ordinary. Typical anime shit. Naruto won this fight not with talking, but by remembering his training, and also Kurama. Also, when you really look back at it, it's Neji doing most of the chatting here. Like, to the point I myself was like, damn, we get it. You don't believe people could change their destiny. Just beat him then. Instead though, Naruto proved him wrong, and I would say the words that really stuck with Neji and made him change his way of thinking was once again said after the fight. But not even the words you would think if we're going based on the memes. Not only did he not say the "you're just like me" line when he absolutely could have right here, he in fact says the total opposite. So yeah, no just copping it so far. Next, we got the time of Gaara. I'm sure this is where the memes started adding in the "you're just like me" line, because he does actually use it here and later on. But unlike in his last fight with Neji, there was no talking here. It was straight hands.
And I'm talking scrap!
Nah, they were really going at it. Plus, Gaara was asleep for some of it, so yeah, there's no reasoning with this. All the yapping really came after. Nah, Naruto even inched over to make sure Gaara was hearing him. Then Sasuke pulls up and confirms what we already knew. The fight was done. Neither side was trying to continue. And if anything, Naruto was the one still talking like this, not Gaara. I do want to make it clear though, that while Naruto's words at the end definitely had an effect on him, I would say it's his overall actions that really made Gaara want to change his ways. Seeing someone who came up just like him showing love and going to great lengths to save his friends really had him questioning his whole life. But yeah, once again, he didn't talk his way out of anything here. So that's another one. Okay, so as we get to Shippuden, this is unfortunately where a noticeable shift happens. The ongoing theme of Naruto understanding or lecturing his adversaries intensifies to the point that even I can admit we're way closer to the meme's depiction now. So next up, we probably have the most notable talk no jutsu on paper, Naruto's promise to Nagato. Now the actual fight beforehand was low-key a combo both of the Neji and Gaara fights. We had the intense battle of philosophies, but with the same type of action the Gaara one brought. But not gonna lie, Naruto fucked up axing this. It was like Pain was just waiting for someone to axe, and once he got him started, he just kept going. So if we're being for real, Pain started the spitting battle first, and by putting all those poles in him,
Pause.
it's not like Naruto could have went anywhere, so he pretty much forced him to listen to his speech. And then on the flip side, Naruto just did it back. Oh, but when? Yeah, after the fight. I can't lie, remember that shift I mentioned earlier? Well, here it is. Cause I do have to keep it a bean and mention the fact that before Naruto finished off the final Pain, he was trying to talk things out. It's just that Pain wasn't going for it. So while he did once again technically win the fight without words, I can see where people would start to make the argument. Like, see, he's trying to talk his way out of it. Do I think he needed to? No. He would have beaten the last Pain regardless. So it's probably best if we just look at the sequence of events here. Naruto beat Pain, and then the yapping came after. And something else I've noticed is that people only bring up the fact that after this, Naruto got Nagato to restore the village with words. But they seem to ignore the fact that Nagato low-key talk no jutsu him too. During the entire fight, Pain asked Naruto multiple times, if my way isn't it, what are you gonna do to bring peace? And he had no answer. So if you're pulling up with an actual answer and a list of what you're gonna change after the fight, that means you heard what I said, thought enough about it, and now you're coming with a different approach. That's pretty close to what Naruto does himself with talk no jutsu. After he talks to people, they be changing their whole mindset. While Nagato didn't exactly change his mindset because, you know, Naruto already wanted to bring peace, he did push him to come up with an actual answer. Low-key a bullshit one, but hey.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
And it's not like Naruto went there thinking, oh yeah, if I talk to him good enough, he'll bring everyone back. He had no idea that was gonna happen. He went there to talk. You would think he's pulling up to finish the job after everything he's done, but nah. He did think about doing just that. Like, we saw how mad he was first pulling up, but once Nagato went even further in depth about his cause of pain, Naruto was sold. While I do feel like, yes, we all know Nagato was talk no jutsu, Naruto himself got talk no jutsu here. Something I rarely see the memes mention. Nah, but side note, I've always wondered, what if Nagato Naruto didn't do the Rinne rebirth. Was Naruto really just gonna let him live after all that? Because he clearly wasn't trying to off him. Let me know what y'all think in the comments though. Anyways, if we're being for real, I'd say this one more so falls in the middle, but that's pretty Mickey, so I'll just say, judging by the sequence of events, yeah, it's leaning more towards the actual Talk No Jutsu rather than the meme one. And now last and definitely least, we got the time with Obito. And unlike the Pain one where it was more of a debate, I can't say the same here, because this one right here is the closest we're gonna get to the meme's depiction, which is probably why it's my least favorite Talk No Jutsu. Like, there's even filler ones I'd rank higher. They basically tried to do what happened with the Pain fight, but times 10. But by doing it here, I can't lie, the moment came across pretty forced, not to mention rushed. Also, if you've noticed, this is the fight most commonly used for a good amount of the Talk No Jutsu memes, and it's easy to see why. The entire fight, Obito was so set on his goal, and there was no indication he had any regret. At least with the others, there was some sort of build-up to Naruto getting through to them. We've seen Zabuza have flashbacks when attempting to swing through Haku, so looking back at his reaction to Naruto calling him out, it feels right. If you only seen Haku as a tool, what are you having flashbacks about? And he was having them before and after Naruto's speech. Then with Neji, him continuously saying Naruto was destined to lose to him and how sure he was on this belief, let us know right there, if Naruto wins this, he's probably gonna start second guessing his way of thinking. With Gaara, he's seen different examples of people protecting their loved ones throughout the arc, and if you notice, he was confused by it each time, like having migraines and all. So when Gaara finally asked Naruto why he's going so hard, someone who actually was in his position before, I think it was pretty natural for him to get inspired and want to change his ways. Then with Pain, as I said before, him asking all throughout the fight, oh, well, how would you bring peace to the Shinobi world? And Naruto having no answer until the end was the perfect way to end their battle of philosophies in my opinion. But with Obito, it didn't give any of that. Because of the chakra link, Naruto sees his past, cries a bit, then tells him, I see you wanted to be a Hokage like me. This right here, this isn't Obito. You should chill out. Then Obito was like, nah. Obito then randomly sees a whole bunch of fabricated memories and his kid self with Rin. And then Naruto was like, no, deadass, chill. And he was like, bet. That shit was ass. You can say he ended up listening to Naruto because he seen his younger self through him, but the whole "you're just like me" thing was becoming played out at this point. He literally skipped over Kakashi, his old friend, and Minato, his sensei, to get Talk No Jutsu'd by Naruto, a random kid who he just met. I get what they were trying to do, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it. If anyone should have been able to get through to him, I think it should have been Kakashi during their fight, not him willing to listen now after Naruto already softened him up. But I digress. Maybe it's just in his character to be easily persuaded. Like after Rin's death, it's not like it took Madara all that much convincing either. You just would think after everything he's done thus far, and him being a grown-ass man now, it would have took a bit more for him to completely switch sides like that. But I guess not. Overall, this is for sure falling on the meme's depiction side. There's no telling if they would have been able to beat Obito had he not been getting mind during the chakra tug of war. And I can't even say Naruto just pushed him to do what he already felt like doing, like Zabuza. He just completely switched up. Random ass face turn. So that's like 4-1. I think it's safe to say Talk No Jutsu is very much misunderstood. It's supposed to simply be for the part where Naruto successfully is able to change a character's way of thinking with his words. As for where the notion that this is how Naruto wins all his fights came from, I can't tell you exactly, but I do feel like over the years it's been a mixture of exaggeration and people misremembering how it even worked. And I gotta blame the one with Obito for that. I think people took this one and made it their headcanon to say that's how all of them pretty much went. But as I showed you today, that's clearly not the case. Also, at first, I think it was just funnier to say this is how he was winning his fights. But people have really started to take it serious and running with this logic. Like they would really go hard and argue you down on this, when all you gotta do is rewatch the fights. That's where I had to step in. I love the meme, but I hate when memes become so popular that people forget what actually happened. I don't mean to be a buzzkill or whatever doing this series. I just want y'all to have a better understanding with some of these memes. So yeah, but while Talk No Jutsu is very much a thing, it's pretty misunderstood. But make sure if you haven't already to subscribe, like the video up, and share with a friend. It helps a lot. I'll catch y'all in the next one, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
基本に立ち返って戦う